Right, so you've downloaded the title playbook and we're giving you access to a title tool so we can make it very easy for you to create data-backed titles that are going to help you split test your titles and perform better on Amazon. Let me show you how this works. So we work with 150 brands every single year. We've got tons of data. What we did is we went back into our database to understand what were the top performing titles. 74 of them were selected, and we did a cross analysis across 14 different categories, and we picked up on 8 different patterns that led to the success of these titles. And you can click here to see the results, the patterns, and the tool to generate your own titles. But the reason why this is important is because Amazon just announced that they are changing the title structure on Amazon. So the question is, what do you keep in the short title and what do you put in the new highlights title that Amazon is giving? And this is going to help you figure that out exactly, but with data. If you want to take a deeper look at the results, you can click here to review all of the test results from all of our polls. If you keep scrolling down, you can see the exact process that we follow when we are constructing titles from scratch. You can see a breakdown of the exact 6 components that we use to build every single title. But the interesting part for me is these 8 patterns that we picked up across all of these titles. And so what you'll notice is there's multiple different ways to use these patterns to your advantage. You might not have enough data for all of them, but there's definitely different patterns that you can use to build new titles for your testing purposes. One of my favorite patterns that we picked up on was using the voice of the customer. And what that involves is basically analyzing the reviews from your listing or from your competitors' listings and bringing in some top phrases into your title. Another one that's pretty obvious, but not everyone is doing, is making sure that you're putting a number, a very specific number into your title. And this is going to be a number that is used in your category, or maybe it's a proprietary number for your specific product. And that's just 2 of the amazing patterns that we picked up on. You're definitely going to want to read through the full 8. Once you get down to the bottom here, you can click on this button to get access to the title generation tool. Once we are inside of this tool, let me show you how it works. So all you have to do is grab any title. I'm going to come to this listing here and I am going to drop in this title. And you actually don't need to put any other information. If you already have a title from Mindful Goods, it's already been optimized and performing well. All you have to do is click generate title variants and it'll generate 3 different titles for you here. It'll give you the short one and the highlights one. So you just copy and paste it straight into Amazon. It's also going to give you 2 other options that are reconstructed from your title, but using the patterns that we've identified. And so what this gives you is one variant that you can immediately plug in to your listing to be compliant with Amazon's new rules, and then a second and third variant that you can use for your Manage Your Experiments title testing using the data-backed patterns that we've identified. And if you want to take it a step further, what you're going to want to do is input a few data points to help make this even stronger. The first thing you're going to want to do is put in your brand name, because one of the patterns that we picked up on is that not everybody is following the best practices of where to put your brand name based on the search relevance in your category. So this will help determine that for you. The next thing you're going to want to do is drop in your bullets or description for your listing, and you're going to want to upload a CSV of your customer reviews. If you don't have that, you can copy and paste 5 to 15 reviews from Amazon. And last but not least, grab your PPC report or your search query report or both and drop them into here, and we will automatically analyze your reports and pull out the high intent keywords for you to use in your titles. Once you click generate, it'll generate new titles for you, and that's all you have to do. And again, as a reminder, in case you're curious which elements were added to each of the titles, you can see them labeled here. You can hover over them to get an explanation, or you can see the full reference guide down here below. So that is how easy it is to use this title generation tool. And that is all of the details behind how this title tool was constructed. I'm very excited to see more people split testing their titles. And if you have any wins, I would love for you to share them with me. Take care.